Hello there, Matthew Miller, and yes, on this Higgledy blog, I'm going to be speaking about the power cut that we had in Northland here in New Zealand, and also the bread shortage as well, and which it could be leading up to this oncoming solar minimum, and which there's going to be much more of that, and so forth. And yes, the reason why I do this blog, because the mainstream media ain't going to be covering what I'm going to be covering, because they're not going to tell you that climate change is a natural occurrence, because the reason why because this is in order to keep their global warming agenda going, and also they use it to control our food supply as well. So that's what I speak about, so you can be more informed, because the mainstream media is there to keep you in the dark. So let's just get to it. Any more stalling? Let's begin. And yes, mass Northland power outage could last for hours. That's on the 27th of November. Let's see what they got to say.
Hi everyone, Will here with Focus Live with a developing story out of Northland this hour, where an electricity line fault is affecting power across much of the region. North Power saying this all went down at around about 9:35 this morning on the Whenuapai Marsden high voltage line maintained by Transpower. The regions affected including Dargaville, Mangatapere, Poroti and all of Whangarei. The cause is yet unknown, but we understand maintenance work on a backup line means that's not working either, and it's essentially what brought all of the power down in that region. Whangarei residents are being told to conserve water and avoid flushing toilets, with North Power saying it will be out until at least midday.
Yep, they tell you to avoid flushing toilets, and boy, it will get more frequent as we get more snow in the south as well. But although summer's coming, but when winter comes, there's going to be more snow over in the south, and which means more power outage. And boy, people, when the storm comes, and boy, how are you ever going to manage your waste without electricity? And I happen to come along with a video that was shown on the bright side, and I might do another video on that as well. And yes, Northland, I actually live around that area, and we did have worse power outages when we had that storm back in 2007, and I can remember that time, and boy, yeah, and there's another article from Radio New Zealand, Radio New Zealand, I guess it says, Northern power outage could affect tens of thousands of customers. Power almost restored to almost 90,000 customers across Northland and Norfolk Broome Bay. Power companies say, oh boy, goodness sakes, oh boy. And it happened around like 9:30 a.m. That was on the 27th of November. And this council water supply requires power. And yet, people, what happens if power decides to go out for a year? And yet, because church is required to have power to the function, and boy, what happens when the church goes out? How are you going to deal with your waste? And that's the problem with many Kiwis, and also a lot of people around the world. They don't know how to manage their waste, because they rely on functioning sewage, and which that's required power. And when that goes out, how are you going to deal with your waste? You can't just throw it around in the river, because that will pollute it, and that's where the people might be getting their water, and also water to feed their livestock as well. And so people, that's something you got to think about, because once the sewage go out, you got to look for alternatives of managing your waste. Easy, people, because you know how you can manage your waste is by having a pile of it for composting as well, and there's ways of doing that, and of managing your fecal matter. It's also having straws or sawdust as well, and there's probably ways of doing it as well, which I'd like to talk about as well. So let's just get to it as well. And let's talk about the bread shortage. And there it is right there. So get us outdated bread. Bread shortage hits the North Island supermarket. And yeah, there it is. So like we're starting already to get affected from the solar movement as well. And they say North Island supermarkets are bracing for a bread shortage as loaves makers walk off the job over pay conditions. Boy, yeah, cause yeah, cause that's just sort of like it. Cause you know how the French started their revolution, they weren't getting their bread. Boy, and this ain't gonna get better when that solar movement does start taking effect. It ain't gonna get better. We're gonna start seeing more of it, more empty shells, people, and that's always starting to take a plan. Yeah, it's starting to take effect. And speaking of that, let's go to yep. Yeah, that's all the grain. Serious. U.S. Canadian spring wet harvest concerns of following cold and wet conditions. And yet, there it is. Oh boy. A record cold. Yeah, a record cold and excessively wet conditions. And yet, when it's going to get wet, it's going to be more harder to grow wheat. And yet, during the little ice age, growing wheat was actually harder. Oh boy. And so many people are so dependent on it as well. And yet, percent will glycol brings serious bread market concerns. Yep. Let's go to that. There it is there. Yep. Bread basket concerns. And yet, oh boy, look at that. And that was around July. Alright. And that's in 2008, and that's 2019, and that's around China, and boy, and yet China's always go through like, yet times of hardship and times when there's like, when there's dynasties, they do come and go, and yet, because they do face a lot of hardship and collapse as well, and but even here, and the Solomon estimates we are hitting a time of cooling, and boy, people, that's why you gotta be ready. That's why growing your own food is gonna be important. Cause well, people, people gotta eat. Yeah, they gotta eat, and tonight in the space where sun is blank for 14 days straight, and a total of 2019, 250 days, 76%, and yeah, last year was 221 days, around 61% of the year, and boy, and around 2008, around 2008 and 2009, it had lasted it. They had about at least 260 spotless days, and yet it was about at least 70% of the year. And boy, and when that Solomon comes with size, then we're going to be seeing more of that. So here, it's going to become more frequent. And the thing is, you know what the mainstream is? They all tell you to say, start eating meat, eat less meat or dairy products. They say cut from those, and say travel commuted by transport, cycling, walking, and that, or fly less. And the house you use renewable. and be energy sufficient. Well, everything's require energy, and the reason why that is to bring Agenda 21, and they say it's going to warm by 1.5. We must limit to 1.5 to avoid catastrophic climate change or biodiversity loss. Yeah, they say in greenhouse gas emissions. Do you know that the Earth has been greening with the extra CO2? It actually greens the planet, and they don't want to tell the government to take action. And this is saying what I can do. Let's look at that. Oh, they want to tell us to eat less beef. Yeah, they. Yeah, because yeah, it's all about the control of food, and they're still using the climate change, although Earth is in a time of cooling. So and to know, speaking of dairy, yeah, grass-fed butter, 7 benefits of grass-fed butter nutrients, and yet it's a superfood. I'm not going to say it's superfood. I don't know why I said it. Yeah, grass-fed butter nutrition, that's their average nutrient content. 100 calories, 11 grams of fats with 7 grams of saturated fats, and 0 grams of trans fat. 30 milligrams of cholesterol, and 500 international units of vitamin A, 10% of their daily value, yeah. 0.4 milligrams of vitamin E, and also there's 0.8 micrograms of vitamin K. And they want to tell us it's bad for us, but the thing is, it's probably good for us as well. And if you're not lactose intolerant or something, or allergic to dairy or something, and the science from Dr. X and inflammatory, and yeah, and I'm going to let you decide on that as well. You can click on the link down there below, and this is from Dr. X website, and boy, he does have some good stuff as well, and that's like from 2017. It's almost getting close to 3 years ago as well, and boy, and they want to tell us to eat less. It's all about the control of food. It has nothing to do about it has nothing to do about the environment. It's all about control, people. Yeah. I'm going to say it from the quote from Piers Corbyn. That yes, I'm going to say it. A quote from Piers Corbyn. Climate policy is there to control you, not the climate. And he's dead right about it, because he's been speaking out against global warming alarmism as well, and that's why they can't change this in. They're just pushing the alarmism and on there to speak about. And speaking of that, let's just try to find that as well. And in his way, they're trying to crack down on skeptics as well. And where is it? Yes, they want to. I do have a news article or something, and lawyers band together to dispel climate change skepticism. Yeah, they want to dispel them and say what? A group of lawyers are trying to win over climate change skeptics who has previously brushed off young advocates pushing for rational action. For rational action. They want to stop skepticism, people. And they want to expose all that. Says that we are definitely part of the session, and we invested in the sad close that when we speak about climate change, it's hard to say because We are part of the narrative or part of the left-wing conspiracy said. Yeah, it's all about pushing the global agenda. And speaking of that, you know about the Greenland ice sheet. Look at that. There's a lot of gains being lost. This is just today. You know, that's actually not today. It's actually November 26th, 2019. Yeah, you can see there's a lot more gain than loss. And they want to tell us all melting. Yeah. And yeah, and it's also the ice sheet from here, and there's the link down there to the source as well. There it is. And it shows that the ice is actually gaining. Hey, how cool! I thought the Arctic ice is supposed to be ice free. Hey, baby. There's still ice at the Arctic Ocean. They're still there. Here, cause the smallest the smallest area of the ice was in 2012. That's the smallest it ever got in recorded history since we started taking records or something. Look at that. It's already had reached to the where Russia is. There it is right there. That's Russia there, and because all that was actually in the summer, sometimes there will be ocean there as well, real ice around there. But now it's starting to grow back, and it's going to keep on expanding as well, and all that's going to start being more ice around there, and because it is gaining ice. Yeah, they want to, and also, back there, fishermen fined for trout fishing without a license, and yet people gotta have a license to fish. And let's look at that. Yeah, they told Plymouth Council that he did have a license to catch throughout the country, but he was unaware this included the Topo area where he was caught fishing last year. See, now see, there's going to be a lot of red tape around there. Yeah, government, the police and councils or the governments are starting to bring in the red tape. Yeah, it's always happening around there, and of course, with all the global warming alarmism, those animal rights activists, they use it to push their agenda, and animal rights activists behind supermarket protests to aim to limit slaughterhouse in New Zealand by 2025. They want to, not only they want to get rid of slaughterhouse, they want to get rid of our meat. They don't want us enjoying our steak. That's the thing. And the group behind the vegan supermarket protests around the country has planned to limit the slaughterhouse by 2025. People, farmers, please, you gotta share this video. They want us to stop eating meat. It's a control plan on our food, because the quote from, I'm gonna bring out the quote from Henry Kissinger. You control the food, you control the people. Simple as that. If you want to control the people, you control the food. So that's what it's all about. It's control. It has nothing to do about the environment. It has nothing to do with the health. So people, I'm actually on a rant because it has nothing to do about animal welfare. Nothing. They say, oh, they deserve to respect animals, the right to live a life. Well, they have been living a good life. And that's where the meat is great. When an animal has a good life, and the fact is, farmers want animals to live a good life because that means the quality is better. It's better. Because me, I actually had been raised on a dairy farm. I used to have my farm milk cows, and I know what it's like working in a dairy farm because I worked in here. I had helped my dad milk cows, and there's times that I had been a sheep milk as well. And also I actually worked in a herring barn, a work tree, and yeah, I worked in those farming areas, and yet people and they want to get rid of farm people. That's why it's called. That's why the tag it's called Farm Kids. It's the war on farmers. That's what it's all about. I'm not joking, man. I know I'm not going to play it though. I know what it's all about. It's just, yeah. Well, people, at least they have an agenda. And they want us off our land and put into jam-packed cities. And, yeah, and they're already trying to get us to start eating other humans. Yeah, it's called Silent Green. Yeah, seen a movie called Silent Green. And yeah, they want us eating all that. Silent Green. Because there's a scientist over in Sweden trying to tell us that we need to start eating other humans to stop climate change. Boy. They want us, yeah. That's an excuse to push that. Yeah, cannibalism, yeah, that's what it is. To get us eating each other. But people, we're not going to eat each other. We're going to eat the real meat. Yeah, for animals. And we're going to tell those animal activists, you can just get stuff and you can just suck it. Yeah, those vegan extremists, they can just suck it. Yes, because, yeah. See, there was states in the second paragraph, the components of animal activists direct action everywhere, encouraging shoppers to eliminate meat from their diets or consider where the meat's coming from. It comes from beef comes from cattle, chickens, it comes from chicken. Yeah, so does eggs. They come from chooks. Also, eggs come from duck as well, and sometimes we eat some meat. But sometimes it's going to be always meat better than other types of meat. Yeah, and they want to get rid of it, and that's just going to make things worse. Yeah, it will just only make things worse. Especially on health. And of course, yeah, Frank Toronto's been speaking about it as well, and yeah, Frank Toronto. He speaks about why vegan diet is actually unhealthy. He speaks about it, and he's been covering all that as well. And if you don't know who Frank Toronto is, yeah, he's a person who actually advocates us eating animal food and to ensure our better health and better food and ensuring that we get healthy as well. But it's got to be grass-fed beef. Yes, grass-fed beef, grass-fed dairy, and ensure the animal is being treated right. But the animal rights activists, they don't want us owning them at all. Not one. Not even a dog. Because they're the elites, they've used the agenda and they've been paid for the protest. They've been paid by elites. And me, I'm just a douchebag that's ever got a camera that sort of records my voice as well, and me also as well, and also have a screen recorder as well. Yeah, so, or you can call me a douchebag behind the microphone, but there's no microphone, it's just, there's a camera that has a little microphone in there, and it just catches my voice, that's all. Well, people, I'm being enjoy having a chat and speaking about the power outages over in New Zealand, and wish, people, we need to really grow our own food, and we don't have to be unfair, people, because there's going to be time that Solomon's also going to provide us opportunity as well, and especially here in New Zealand, people just got so complacent, and yeah, and when the Solomon effects do come in as well, and yes, people are, it's going to change the way society acts, and yes, people will have to start caring for one another if we want to get through. Yeah, it's just nature has a way of dealing with things. They really do, and speaking of nature, yeah, it's gonna be we should see as a great opportunity, and the times are coming, and I'm looking forward to it as well because, especially for women, because you know, a woman they think they don't need a man, but they're gonna need a man because when Solomon comes, they're gonna stop thinking about their dream, having a dream partner because they're gonna be a time of survival, and and they're gonna have to start looking after men, and and raising the next generation, and that has a way of dealing with things, and it's called opportunity, and with that we are going to see more of that. That's why it's going to be important to grow our own food, and that's why we have to have a community get together. It's not the time being complacent, but the problem here, as long as like food on the table and entertainment, people ain't going to do anything. They ain't going to revolt, because as long as there's bread and circus, then they're not going to revolt. Yeah. And like me, I just like to think outside the box and just keep chatting. So people, this is all I gotta say. Are you ready for the times ahead? And I'll say, let's enjoy our let's get ready for the times ahead. And that's Matthew Miller, signing off, over and out.